Hey everyone, Regal Reviews here. It is White Rice Wednesday, which means time for my Survivor recap. So tonight is the night. It's the big merge episode. I always love the merge. It's congratulations to everybody that made the merge. It's such a huge accomplishment to make it that far in the game. This big, socially and physically intense and emotionally tolling game that is Survivor. So the merge is a very different and special merge tonight because tonight's the night that one of the people could come back from the edge of extinction. And basically Jeff starts off with them like, what does the edge mean to them? And Tyson talks about his two girls, Rob and Amber. Jeff brought up that Rob and Amber, they have a family and everything now, so it's kind of a different, it's different stakes than when they were playing before. What was very interesting is that some of the people on the edge were able to buy an advantage in the game with their fire tokens. So now we're starting to see how valuable fire tokens can be. Who was it? Rob, Danny, Tyson, Nat, Ethan. I'm missing somebody. Don't know who. The ones who didn't have advantage were Amber, Parvati, and Yul. So their advantage was the challenge was they had to go through this this course, and they had to dig a sandbag out at one point, and then they had to, correct me if I'm wrong on the challenge order, but they had to make a stick big enough to get this key, and then they were able to get this ball that they were able to, which was one of my favorite challenges. It's freaking awesome to watch, but I bet you it's very difficult to play. The snake one where you have to hold with two hands and you have to get the ball up to the snake's mouth. So the advantage was they didn't have to dig for the bag. The bag was already right there. And wow, it was a freaking showdown between Boston Rob and Tyson. Like, it literally came down to seconds, and Tyson actually won his way back in the game. So that peanut butter seemed like it was definitely worth it. So congrats to Tyson for making it back in the game. So with the merge comes the merge feast. Everything's like, oh hi, nice to meet you, oh but back of their heads are all like strategizing while they're sitting around the table there. Somebody's about to get their last supper. Even they're like saying who's with who, like they're paying attention to everyone's mannerisms, like who can they take out. At one point they're wondering what happens to Sandra, and Denise actually tells them what happened to Sandra, saying that she said that basically Sandra gave her an idol for her fire tokens, and it's very risky because now people know just how powerful Denise is in the game, and it might backfire on her. I mean, it's good that she's being honest and upfront with everybody, but it could come back and bite her on the bite her on the ass, because everyone could see now that she has a resume. So if Denise happens to make it to the final four, she has a case so far anyway. I don't know how, nobody knows how their games are going to go, but up to this point, Denise has a pretty solid game going. So they get back to camp, and Rob might be the king of Survivor, but damn, Wendell is the king of building those shelters. I mean, I've been watching Survivor since the beginning, and I've never heard of a coconut vending machine out there. They have a workbench, a kitchen area. I know they would never do this, but it's like, God, can I hire Wendell to build my Survivor shelter? Can it be maybe a thing in the future that if they ever have something like Island of the Idols, this might be interesting if they have like a different past Survivor castaway come, and Wendell could be a good first one because he could teach someone how to build a shelter. Idea. So they're all trying to see where their alliance is lying, because, once that tribe swap, everything's all different, and it seems like Jeremy and Wendell seem to have a genuine connection. They feel like they can really work with each other, and Wendell says, he's good with Nick. Jeremy says how he's good with Denise. Tony seems to be good with them. And Tony wants to be able to keep the people, I don't understand how he put it, like, kind of under the radar. Like, he mentioned how Nick is kind of like edging his way into people's conversations and just waiting for his moment to pounce, basically, like a lion. I thought Nick is like a lion and hiding in the bush, just waiting for the right move, and as soon as he finds his moment, he wham, attacks. It seems like everything's pretty solid with the girls. Nothing really happened with them. So the Survivor Immunity Challenge was a Survivor Classic. It was, they had to find a position on this pole, and they had to basically wrap their body around it and just stay there for as long as they could. And it's been a while since I've watched the old school seasons, but I'm wondering what's the longest time somebody's been on that pole for. I'm very curious, so if anybody knows that, comment down below. And with the merge, it's special because, as Jeff puts it, because the first man and woman to finish win immunity. And I seriously thought Medical was going to come in for Michelle, because Michelle was the first one to drop, but she dropped hard, and I'm like, oh my freaking god. Even Jeff ran over at one point, and you know how some people are like, I don't want Medical, no, I don't need it. I seriously thought she needed it. I mean, damn. I mean, I give her credit, for being able to stick it out. So the winners ultimately were Denise and Jeremy. And first of all, congratulations to Denise and Jeremy for winning immunity. Awesome. Major props to you guys. But immunity couldn't have come at a better time for Denise, because now that she said that to people are starting to realize she's playing a great game, and her name was coming up. So had Denise not won immunity, I definitely think she would have went home. So the talk back at tribal, not tribal, the talk back at camp is who to get out. Jeremy could have been a potential target. He has immunity. Denise was definitely a target. She has immunity. So people think maybe they should get rid of Wendell, because he and Jeremy seem to be a pair. And if Jeremy seems to be running the show, a good thing is to take out one of his alliance members, so that leaves him vulnerable and gives him a little less power then. On one hand, they want to get rid of Adam because they don't believe that he's trustworthy, and I can see where they think that, but also too, before they got Rob out, Rob was trying to paint a target on Adam's back. He didn't go and talk to him or anything. He's trying to say, Adam's talking to me, they should do this and that. So he has the reputation right now being a snake. Nick is also a possibility, because people don't like the fact that he's kind of like, I wouldn't say eavesdropping on conversations, but he's kind of like butting in on the conversations. So that's kind of making them feel uneasy, and it's literally going back and forth. And Jeremy mentions how he has a lot of power right now, and he wants to run the show, but not let people know he's running the show. So kind of like his gameplay in Second Chance, how he wants his shields in front of him, but he's really, running the show. And Adam, I'm genuinely concerned for Adam, because he's trying to talk to people, and people are just thinking he's paranoid. And people can say what they want about Adam. I'm always team Adam. I know he's not everyone's favorite, but like him or not, he's very self-aware. It's not just paranoia. He's very self-aware and knows what's going on around him, and he's legit trying to do something about it. Whether it works out in his favor, we don't know. So we get back to tribal, and now we have a jury now, the people that are on the edge, and they're basically kind of talking about how crucial this merge vote is. And I think the merge vote kind of draws the line that people get to kind of see who's aligned with who, and where they go from here. What I found most interesting about tribal is that besides the whole Jeremy and Wendell thing, there doesn't seem to be a tight alliance, and people are willing to just go with the flow. It reminded me of Sandra's philosophy, as long as it's not me. And Tony actually brought it up at Tribal, saying, you know, as long as it's not me, like, they're basically going to go with the current. The question is, where's the current going tonight? So while I'm sitting on the edge of my seat scared for Adam, it actually ended up being Wendell that got sent home. So yeah, I like Wendell. As a fan of him on Ghost Island, I love the whole Dominic and Wendell thing. I'm sad to see him go to the edge, but I definitely think he has a shot of getting back in it. And you know, it's a game, so not all your favorites are gonna win. But I definitely think, you know, Wendell, I think he came across as people as being bossy, but he's just very honest and truthful, and you have to respect that about him. I mean, I get where that could come across as maybe not so much, but I respect the fact someone would be honest with somebody and tell it like it is in a game of Survivor. That doesn't always work out in everyone's favor, but yeah, I generally hope that he can make it back in. I definitely think it was a smart move for them to get rid of Wendell, because as I don't remember if it was Sophie or Sarah that put it, that if Nick or Adam were to get voted off, it's not like it doesn't like it's not like a big deal if they get voted off. But if they were to vote somebody off like Wendell, then that could, you know, move the current or move the wave. I don't know the metaphor they used, whatever. So next week it seems like Nick is pissed off because he's, as he mentioned, everyone's backstabbing him, and I don't know what the heck was going on with Adam in that preview. I don't know. But Nick apparently is gunning for Sarah, and Sarah finds out somehow, and she wants to vote Nick off. So it seems like Nick might be in trouble next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Survivor. I hope you guys enjoyed my recap. If you guys want to check out Survivor, it is on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on CBS. And little FYI, tomorrow's my birthday. Yay! So if you guys want to leave a comment down below, wish me happy birthday, you know, I would love that. You definitely don't have to, but... So until next time, stay regal.